into the league in '81, Skip. That was a year after, basically 2 years after Larry and Magic were already there. And Skip, you do realize in the '80s, Magic went to 8 finals: 80, 82, 83, 84, 85, 87, 88, 89. Larry went 81, 84, 85, 86, 87, and the Pistons finally dethroned them in the Eastern Conference Final in '88. So in the bulk of the '80s, you had to get past, if Isiah was in the East, you had to overcome the big three Celtics. And you remember, Skip, in the early part of the '80s, it was the Sixers with Dr. J and Caldwell Jones, and George McGinnis was also there. Daryl Dawkins, Bobby Jones, Andrew Toney. You had to get past them. The Bulls, nobody cared about no Bulls. You remember, Skip, you remember the Bulls were getting swept. Swept. Milwaukee Bucks in '85 beat them 3-1, because back then it was the first round was the best 3 out of 5. No, it was best 2 out of 3, then 3 out of 5. Skip, you remember that. You remember that, right, Skip? The Bucks, Sidney Moncrief, Al Lister, Jackson, yeah, them. Well, got Michael right up by the playoffs. And then the big three Celtics said, let us get our turn at him. Swept him, Hoover vacuum, right on up out of there. And then the Pistons said, y'all done had y'all turn at him. Let us get our crack at him. Wah. But Skip, when you look at it, it's not like he put slouches. They make it seem like he's talking about Slava Medvedenko. Kareem got six MVPs, 5 titles, the most points in NBA history. Larry Bird is a 3-time MVP, consecutive, 2 finals MVP. Skip, you know what that man represents. And then Magic. Need I say anything about Magic Johnson? 3 MVPs, 3 final MVPs, 5 titles. So it's not like they're slouches. And remember, Skip, that's what he's talking about, the '80s. It would have been very interesting to see Michael Jordan have to get through the big 3 Celtics and then beat the prime Lakers back in the '80s. I'm not talking about the old '90s Lakers, because remember, 2 years earlier, when the Pistons took them down, Larry Bird said they were old. Larry Bird said that's what Michael did. Michael beat an old team because we disposed of them. And Larry Bird said we had gotten old. That's why Michael and them won. That's what he said. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what he said.
Enough of that. My turn. This is nothing but bitter, bad blood from Isiah Thomas, who still mistakenly holds it against Michael Jordan for keeping Isiah off a dream team that he didn't make on sheer ability. The decision makers decided he wasn't worthy of being on the 12-man roster, really 11, because one was a college kid. And I hark back to the quote I read you yesterday from the Magic Bird book. I'm quoting Magic Johnson. The book was called When the Game Was Ours. Magic says in the book, Isiah killed his own chances when it came to the Olympics. Nobody on that team wanted to play with him. Period. End of story. So I love Isiah. I love having him on the show. I have nothing but respect for him as a player, but they went with Magic at point guard on the '92 Dream Team and John Stockton, the all-time assist leader, as his backup point guard. And the first alternate to the point guard spot was not Isiah, it was Joe Dumars. So, again, this has been a constant theme of Isiah's. Even on our show in 2016, he basically said the same thing, that he ranks Michael Jordan down the list. So let's go to the top of the list, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. What happened to Kareem as a Laker for his first 4 years before Magic came out of college to join the Lakers? Right. What happened in those first 4 years? Kareem as a Laker, no Magic. 1976, they went 40-42 and missed the playoffs. Next year, swept in the conference finals by Portland. Next year, lost to Seattle in a best-of-3 first round, 2-1. Next year, final year before Magic came, lost to Seattle in the conference semifinal, 4-1, almost a sweep, a gentleman's sweep. Kareem couldn't do it without Magic because he needed a leader. Kareem was more of a follower than a tone-setting leader. And Magic walked in the door and took that team over. You know it, and I know it. In the first go-around as a rookie, they go to the finals, led by Magic, and win the finals in 6 games. Kareem getting hurt, turning his ankle before Game 6, Magic playing center in place of Kareem and winning and closing the deal in a 6-game finals victory for a rookie Magic's Lakers. Now let's get to Magic and Bird. They were both in awe of Michael Jeffrey Jordan. They spoke awe. What did Larry Bird say after Michael Jordan scored 63 at the Garden in a playoff game? He said, that was God disguised as Michael Jordan. That's how much awe the great Larry Bird had for Michael. Magic just gushes when he talks about Michael like he's from another planet. They were so in awe of him. They both knew they weren't quite in his league. And Isiah knows in his heart of hearts that the Pistons had to play all-out, 5-on-1 football to stop Michael Jordan in an era in which you could play football, not only hand check, clutch, grab, hard foul, body check. You could tackle Michael Jordan and get away with it without any flagrant fouling going on.
Skip, you said you said Kareem couldn't do it without Magic. Kind of like Jordan couldn't do it without Scottie. You do realize even though he wasn't making the play, he wasn't winning finals, Kareem won 3 MVPs. He won 3 MVPs. Kind of like Magic, kind of like Michael, wasn't going to finals, but was winning MVPs in the regular season. That kind of like that scenario. So in other words, Jordan couldn't get over the hump until Scottie got there. Like Kareem couldn't get over the hump with the Lakers until Magic got there. Oh, okay, yeah, that kind of had like it happened. But you keep telling me, I'm just trying to figure out, yeah, they were in awe, but they kept spanking him. Well, how does that work, Skip? They're in awe, but they beating your butt.
Shannon.
Ooh, I'm so scared of that guy. I'm so scared of that guy, but I take him down every time.
No, it didn't matter who his teammate became. It could have been Sam Pippen instead of Scottie Pippen. It just didn't matter. As he grew up, as he got stronger and better, he got to a place where nobody could deal with him. The first time around the playoffs against the Pistons, he won 1 game. Next year, 2. Next year, 3. Next game, sweep Pistons, then beat Magic in 5 games in the finals, and it was over. He owned the NBA for the next decade. Would have won 8 straight championships if he had not been forced to take 2 years off.
He ain't forced. Ain't nobody forced it. Nobody forced. You told me nobody forced Michael Jordan to do anything. They say Michael Jordan, God, he was God. Who can force God to do anything? You see what you try to do, Skip Bayless? You want to overlook the fact. Okay. Was the commissioner was David Stern commissioner in '84 when Michael Jordan got into the league? So I'm just trying to figure out in all the '80s why didn't it happen? Why was it? Did they not play finals in the '80s? Because if I'm not mistaken, I can go through and name them all, and none of them happen to be the Bulls. It wasn't until the big 3 Celtics got old. It wasn't until the Lakers got old. It wasn't until the bad boy Pistons got old. That's fact. Now, we looking at Isiah, we talking about, what do you mean old? They were going to the conference finals every year. And then they went to the finals, NBA finals, for 3 consecutive years. Michael wasn't doing that. Michael was getting swept, while Magic going to 8 finals in the decade of the 80s. Magic Johnson went to 8 finals in the decade of the 80s. Where was Jordan then? Larry Bird went 5 times in the decade of the 80s. Where was Jordan then?
Yeah, he was scoring 63 at Boston Garden. That's where he was. So I just want to remind everyone out there and encourage everyone, please watch episodes 5 and 6 on ESPN on Sunday night so that your eyes can be further opened to the historical fact that Jordan was superior in every way, shape, and form to LeBron James. It's over, Shannon. Get used to it. This is the new normal.
Don't worry about it. In 10 years, we coming out with our own documentary, How I Became the GOAT. That's how we gonna do that one, Skip Bayless. The Last Dance, How I Became the GOAT.
Yeah.